So I had a friend reach out to me today, asked about how to turn focus bracket on a Canon R6 Mark II, and I thought, that'd be a cool little video. So let's jump in the house and I'll show you. Hey everybody, welcome back. So let's dive in. So the first thing you want to do is actually turn your camera on. Let's go to a different screen here, and we're going to go into menu. And we're going to make sure we're in the camera menu, as you can see. And we want to go to page 6, I believe it's going to be on. So let's scroll over there. Just notice there's focus bracketing. Turn that on. It's probably going to be disabled. You want to make sure you enable it. And then the number of shots. If you go on there, you can change the number of shots you want. I normally keep it at 999 shots because the camera's going to stop taking a shot once it reaches infinity. So I'd rather have, I don't like second guessing. I mean, you can put 50, 20 in and just roll with it if you want. That's totally up to you. The focus increment is how far you're going to get the focus shift every time you take a picture, how far that, focus is going to shift. The higher the number, the more it's going to move. The lower the number, the shorter distance it's going to move. If you have a higher number, it's going to move further, which means less shots. Lower number, like a number 1, the less it moves, which means more shots, especially if you're at 999 and you want to get to infinity or where you want it to be at. For the sake of this, we're just going to keep it at Canon's default, which I believe is 4 or 5, which is right there. And normally what I do is I set it to 1 because I want my shots to move really slow. I want my focus to move really slow because I shoot with a whole bunch of different apertures. So if I'm shooting f2.8, my aperture, I feel it, he was really thin. If I'm shooting 5.6, f8, f11, then, it's bigger. So it's just simpler for me to keep it at 1 and just fire off a bunch of pictures. Plus, if you're watching on the back of the screen, you can always stop it by hitting the shutter button once you get to the field of view you want. As for exposure smoothing and all this other stuff right here, I normally just keep those enabled. I really don't care if it composes a picture for me. I'm going to do that in my software that I got, whether it's Photoshop or Can Focus. That's where I'm going to do that at. And I'm going to tell you right now, for me anyway, 9 times out of 10, it fails because it just does. I don't know why. The little warning will pop up, but we'll see. So we have this all set. So we have enable. We're going to do that. So we can go back to menu, exit out of there, and you'll notice, let me move my little cursor up here. Right there is telling you that you're going to be your focus bracketing. And the reason really you want it, don't pay any attention to the 1/140th f8 in the ISO 20,000. I'm in the basement. It's dark down here. I had to crank stuff up and adjust stuff so I could get in it, so I could get like something on the screen to show. At this point, like right here, if we focused in, you notice that the only thing that's in focus is the light. You got this black drape right here that's out of focus. You got my other dome right here that's out of focus. That's out of focus. So really, if you wanted everything, you'd either have to shoot with a wider aperture to get everything in, or you focus stack. So normally what I'll do is if I'm out in the woods or anything like that and I'm doing macro and I'm doing focus stacking that way, I will pick the area that I want the focus to start at, like let's say right here. And that's what I'll pick. So now it'll start from there. It'll just start moving up. So watch. Let's go ahead and click the button. You can see how it's starting to move. And when it gets to where you want it, you can just stop it. And it'll write to the card. Something you should know about, this is going to rattle them off fast. I mean, it's just going to rattle. And see, composing stop, the whole flat, monotone. I get that all the time. Like I said, I don't care about it. I'm just going to do it in my stacking software anyway. So that's how you turn on focus stacking. If you wanted to know, you go to your Canon R6 Mark II instruction manual. It starts on page 296 of the current manual, and it talks all about it. Everything you need to know is right here. Camera, page 6, focus bracketing. That's all you need to know, man. That's how you turn it on. A couple things to know. The Canon R6 Mark II is not a dual stack sensor or whatever you want to call it. So when it takes the photos, it's going to automatically take them in electric shutter. Your lens has to be set for autofocus. It needs to be turned on or it will not work. And let's see, what else is pretty important about this? Oh, we touched on that. We touched on this. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what. Oh, this is not like an OM systems. This is not like the R5, the Canon R5 Mark II, to where you can put your flash on there and you can do multiple firing with electric shutter. This doesn't, that's not going to work like that. If you're thinking of putting your electric flash up here, if you think you can put your flash on top of the camera and you can do a focus bracket with a bunch of flashes, it ain't going to work. The R6 Mark II will not fire flash and electric shutter. So that's it. Hope you liked it. Sorry I'm babbling on, but I have a lot of stuff on my mind right now, and I needed to put this video out because I kind of wanted to. Talk to you later. Bye.